In a digital world where numbers are everything, sits one creator, 1 year on YouTube, 13 views. Yup, even his grandmother gets more views than him, and she doesn't even realize she's live streaming.
Why isn't this working?
The sleepless nights he spent filming, his awkward family meetings about getting a real job, not to mention the dozens of impatient girlfriends he's lost.
I'd rather date a TikToker.
All for 13 measly views. While most kids dreamt about unicorns and princesses and T-Rexes wearing tutus, this creator refused to dream. That's right. He was too busy preparing. But for this, oh, how the YouTube gods mercilessly mocked him. But on the brink of giving up, a new hope emerges. Brave, bold, and British. In a digital world where numbers matter, your voice matters more. We're here to make it heard.
Oh, yes. We are here once again with AI-powered Superman Rob. How you all doing, folks? Welcome to the vidIQ Tuesday channel audit live stream with your host, Robert Wilson. Throughout this next couple of hours, we will be opening our doors to you, the vidIQ Nation, the vidIQ family, as you share your channels for us to use them as canvases for critique, feedback, motivation, inspiration, and a bit of fun in between. If you are brand new here to vidIQ, we're a creator-obsessed YouTube education channel where we encourage you to create relentlessly. And of course, I could not do this without my trusty co-host, Steed, who has gone fully digital this week. He has downloaded himself into his favorite video game. Welcome one and all to Dan, the camera problems man. What's going on, Dan? How's it feeling in Minecraft world?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
You are here.
Oh,
How's it going?
Oh, good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Please indulge us. What are you doing in Minecraft and how is it in there?
Well, first of all, yeah, my camera's not working too good today. So as you can see, yeah. So I'm here, and it's dark, and I thought this game was fun, but it's just this. This is it now. I don't think I installed the right version.
Yeah, all you can do right now is move your head, and that is pretty much it. Oh, you can nod though. That is fantastic. So Dan, as well as being able to hear his voice, he can now express emotions through a single nod, one way or the other. That's cool, Dan. That is very, very cool. So yeah, folks, welcome to the vidIQ Tuesday channel audit live stream. We will be auditing your channels for the next couple of hours, but right at the beginning, I do want to let you know of something very, very important that's going on. Yes, what is that I can hear? It is the klaxon that tells us we have some new seats available for 1-to-1 coaching. So if you want to take your coaching, auditing, advice, motivation to the next level, then there is a link in the description, at the very top of the description, that will take you to this page, which will give you more information about what the coaching is here at vidIQ, the one-to-one coaching, and links that will set you up with what you need to do, where you will be added to the wait list and then be invited to pick up one of the spots that are available. They are very limited right now. We do have, I would say at this point, dozens, but I don't know how many of us going to be at the end of this live stream and going on for the next couple of days. So if you do want to take advantage of one-to-one coaching at a introductory price, it's the lowest it will be at this point, then do take advantage of it. But what I will stress is before you sign up, make sure to check out this entire page that gives you all of the details about the coaches and the FAQs to find out exactly what one-to-one coaching is. But we know that this is a highly in-demand service from vidIQ. We sold out immediately the last time we mentioned it on a live stream. So I just want to let you know at the top of this live stream. But now we'll get back to the free stuff that we do for you every single week, and that is to audit your channels. If you are brand new here, then do let us know in the comments, and our regular vidIQ family members and nation will welcome you in the comments as well as the moderators. But if you need to know how this works for the next 2 hours, then we'll explain it in 48 of your seconds. Welcome to the vidIQ channel reviews live stream. Simply fill in the correct form in the video description and your channel will be considered for review during a live stream. Channel reviews are free, so no need to send us a super chat, and don't spam us in the live chat. We'll ignore it and you may be put in timeout. If you need a channel audit right now, make sure to check out the vidIQ Coach AI tool that will help you with strategies, ideas, titles, scripts. Link in the description. It's a game changer. If you submit your channel for review, expect the following. We are sharing nothing more than our knowledge, experience and passion as fellow creators. Thank you to all of our moderators who help us out on the live stream every week. You know who you are. Give us a like if you enjoy this live stream, subscribe if you love it, and share it with like-minded fellow creators. All right, let's get started. And we just did a vote to find out how many of you would be interested in one-to-one coaching. 700 of you have voted, and 3/4 of you would like one-to-one coaching. So if it is something that you're interested in, then do make sure to check out that link. Final bits of housekeeping as always. Super chats will not buy you a channel audit, but they will buy you a bit of question time in the live stream. Dan, your nodding is just tremendous. Do keep it up as much as you can for the rest of the live stream. What we'll do, spaced out between the live stream, maybe in about half an hour, we'll look at your super chats and we'll try and answer them as best we can. The final bit of housekeeping, as always, is this is a PG Universal Audience live stream. So while there are many topics and niches that are welcomed on YouTube, if they are perhaps of a bit of an adult-orientated nature, you know, whether it be guns or talking about drugs or something along those lines, it may not be appropriate for this live stream, and we'll just have to unfortunately move on and apologize for that. Having said all that, Dan, with an appropriate nod, one way or the other, are you ready to start auditing channels? All right then, Dan's done. All right, it'll just be me auditing. Dan, do you want to come back? Okay, Dan's nodding, he's coming back. Right, so what we're going to do is audit the very first channel that's submitted on the forms that are in the description that went live about 9 hours ago. This was the first channel that submitted. Keep an eye out for something we'll be doing a little later on with those forms, by the way. But this was the first channel that submitted on the forms, and they call themselves Ross Niem or Niem. I'll try and get that pronunciation correct. And the introduction to this channel is that they are a fan of the Google Pixel, but maybe not the Google Pixel you're familiar with in 2023, because the videos we're seeing are of the older Google Pixels, the original Pixel 2. Those are like 3, 4, 5 years old at this point. So this creator is going a bit retro in 2023. We've seen channels like this before that try and work out if tech is still usable in this day and age. And given the numbers that we have, 250 subscribers, 5 videos, some really encouraging view counts here. Every single one of these videos, bar the latest one, has more than 1,000 views, which when you think about looking about old tech, same way as you're looking at old games, this is a fantastic start for the channel. That's my initial thought. Dan, what else are you picking up here which is encouraging for this channel?
I think what is contributing to these view counts would be the thumbnails. The titles are good too, but these are really strong thumbnails, especially for a channel that's just started, you know, like just a few months ago. It makes me feel like they've probably done this before.
They're really simple, yet they're really effective, aren't they? And why do you think that is? I think it's the way the creator uses the text and the blue background versus a white phone. That seems to be what's powerful for me.
Yeah.
Anything else you spot in there, or would you agree?
I would agree. I think that it's the contrast. Like the phone is not blending into the background. Sometimes we see these tech channels where there's like a desk full of stuff, and then they like take a picture of their phone with some other things in the background. But they went for a really simplistic background, good lighting, and as you said, the text fills in the rest of like the negative space on the screen. So yeah, it's really, really well done. It's just my biggest question is like, why did you stop? You know, it seems like 4 months ago you were on a roll, maybe posting like one a week or something. I don't know. I would love to see them do more.
Absolutely, Dan. It is that consistency question here that the creator has failed to keep up with this channel. And it's especially important with, I believe, Google is getting into the next round of tech announcements. I think the Pixels usually come out around about, the fourth quarter, third quarter. We're going to the Pixel 8 at this point. So you could have been building up this Pixel fan audience, and they're getting into the rumors and the release of a new one, even if you don't get the phone yourself, because you are now becoming authority here. So what we're saying here, Dan, I think, is they have a very good start, really cool thumbnails and really strong branding, but they need to continue to post more content because they're not posting any shorts. We can see that there's no shorts tab. Lives. Okay, they did a live stream 9 days ago, which is the one thing they've done in the last couple of months, which is interesting. But definitely getting into a regular cadence with these videos. And if you're struggling for ideas, off the top of my head, you can talk about, do all of these apps still work on this old phone? Are security patches still working on this old phone? If you're going to upgrade from a Google Pixel 2, does a Pixel 3 or a Pixel 4 still work even in 2023? I think there's plenty of opportunities for ideas there. And one thing I last wanted to show, Dan, is this is just a creator that's working with what they've got. With tech, you usually expect a certain standard of quality because if they're into tech, then they should be into their video tech as well. But if I just play one of these videos and just let it run from the very beginning, he hasn't got a great background at the moment, but he's using a lot of B-roll and he's using some interesting music and the editing's really on point and stuff. So, this is a creator of a start of their journey using what they have, but they're doing it very, very effectively. And I thought it was just a cool representation of don't let tech and skills hold you back. Just get in there and start creating.
Yeah, and this is like the screen sharing they're doing is great. So a lot of editing, even without like a perfect set and things like that. The camera quality is good. The fact that they have themselves next to their phone while they're doing this is good. I wanted to, my addition to this was that I think maybe they need to hear this, or maybe this is by design. They should cover the newest, latest, greatest tech, and especially if we're about to get some announcements. And you don't need to have anything in your hands to do that. There's going to be showcases, there's going to be announcements, and you can review like what is being shared by Google in this case to bring that to your audience. You don't always have to have the product in your hand, and I kind of wonder if that's why they're like in such an old generation of the Pixel. Yeah. By the way, one of my favorite generations of Pixel phones because of that fingerprint thing on the back.
Yeah, you're so right, Dan.
Yes, it's so much better than like the touchscreen thing they have now.
I agree 100%. It's why I kept onto my Pixel 5 for so long, because when you take the phone out of your pocket, your finger is just guided to that sensor and it unlocks your phone before you even look at it. And so I agree 100%. All tech companies that bring that back.
Yep.
Final point I want to make here, Dan. I think this frame here is what they use for their thumbnails. This very simple blue background, but when you really treat it properly, probably in Photoshop, it actually looks like pretty cool.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but it just seems like very simple use of lighting and background. Makes it a fantastic looking channel. Just more content. That's all we want to see from Ross.
Yes.
And with Dan's nodding, we'll move on to the next channel. This is the first gaming channel that's submitted this week, and they call themselves McDuckMab. Subscribe while you still can. Is it going out of fashion? I don't know. It probably is. G'day, everyone. Must be an Aussie. And I think, Dan, Their niche would be the horror game. Was it Friday nights? Is it I can never remember. Is it Five Nights at Freddy's or Friday Nights at Freddy's? I always get this. I always get it mixed up.
You've always said Friday. It's
I know.
5. It's just 5.
I know. No, just nobody ever corrected me. But thumbnails.
Too funny.
Horror channel.
Yeah.
These are pretty striking thumbnails for a scary channel, which I think is a good start.
Yeah, that's exactly what I noticed immediately, is that if you're going to do a channel like this, like we see it a lot where people try and put a character on the screen like these characters, but it's so dark because they're supposed to be dark. They're games that are scary. So you're always walking around dark rooms. But they're managing to work around that really, really well. And I would say the majority of their thumbnails. I guess what's missing for me is the intrigue in the thumbnails, because while these characters and stuff pop off and look really good, they don't tell me anything about the video itself. And so I am forced to read the title, which you want anyway, but usually what you want to do is pair some intrigue with the title. So something's happening in the thumbnail that makes you go, what's going on there? And then your eyes scan the title. So New Spring Bonnie is horrifying. You know,
there's one tease of this with a white arrow pointing at a bunny, but I think that's the only one, and that's very subtle. It does have more views than anything else. I'm not saying that's the only reason why, but there's a bit more.
All I was going to suggest based on that is just like the one just below it is the one I was looking at, and because that thumbnail is really popping to me. But an arrow with the word "new" would have been enough, I think, to add that level of intrigue I'm talking about. Just like a new character was added is what my brain says to myself, and then you're saying New Spring Bonnie is horrifying. Like, oh, okay. So the new version of this character is in the game. Like, I'm already piecing together the video before I've clicked on it. And it's all it took with it in my brain. It's like just that word "new" would have done wonders.
And then looking at the history of the channel, they have been at this game for a while now, about a year, if not longer, 3 years. Wow. So they've been playing this game for a long time, without seeing, I would say, too much progress. They're still in the dozens of views at this point. What's the potential bottleneck down here? Is it tired genre, game that's not played very much? Or do you think it is a case of packaging on the content?
It could be packaging, but packaging is relatively good. So I would say that what we're suggesting would be like not like super big in terms of like what they would need to learn to change their thumbnails if they wanted to take our advice on. So then I ask myself about the topic. I don't know what this game's been around for a long time. I don't know what version they're on. I don't know how new it is. So I ask myself, are there other games that are trending more that you could be playing? Or is there a different way you could play them? Maybe there's like, I wouldn't know, but are people still growing as newer channels by just reacting to being scared in a Let's Play? Or are people kind of taking this to the next level and doing some kind of challenges and things like that get people excited? You know, like, let's see. Some of these are the biggest channels on YouTube, like Markiplier and stuff, so it's hard to compare.
They are still playing the game.
Yeah, but like, look at some of these titles. Like, if you scroll back up, it says, I solved Five Nights at Freddy's security breach ruin. So that, I mean, again, a big channel, but they're saying more than just like, you know, oh, I'm playing Five Nights at Freddy's. It's more or less like, I did a thing in the game. You know, here's like a specific thing that's happening. And maybe that's what's missing for this channel, because I did feel like what was happening in the videos was kind of, I don't know. I want to say like I've seen it before. Yeah, just on a lot of different channels. So Glam Rock Bonnie is real. It's like we're really focused on like different characters, and Is That the Mimic is the latest video, but it's just missing that juice. You know, there's just something like what's happening in the video. This is a 27-minute long video. What am I going to see when I get in there? Are you doing a specific puzzle, a specific challenge, a specific thing?
2 channels down. But before we go anywhere else, we got to get a little, no, I didn't want to do that. We want to get a little more self-indulgence with what is Rob playing video game-wise and everybody else. So in the chat, can you tell me what video game you're playing right now, along with trying to guess the sound effect to one of my history of gaming game sound effects. I'm familiar with it, but are you? Let us know. Here we go. Oh, do you need to hear that a couple more times? Where does that sound effect come from? Dan, do you know?
No. It sounds like a sword or something swinging, but I don't know what game it's from.
We'll see. We'll see. I might have another noise to provide you a little later on to help you with that. But Dan, in the meantime, are you just playing Minecraft? You now downloaded yourself into Minecraft, or what else is on your list right now?
I don't have a choice, I guess. I'm just kind of in here.
Yeah.
So, you talking about other games is making me feel like you're rubbing salt in the wound.
Oh well.
I'm just kind of stuck.
I am playing Sackboy still, which it always sounds rude when you say that, like as a video game. It's a platform. It's all right. It's such a come down from God of War. I'm not gonna lie. It is quite a contrasting gaming experience, but it's fine. It's fine. I am enjoying it. We're getting some people now. It sounds like we switched my camera like so much. I don't know what a Sackboy, Apex, a Little Big Planet. Yeah, so Sackboy is a recent version of it. So anyway, this sound effect, I've still not seen anyone get it right. I mean, I don't know if these are guesses of a name or like the game you're playing. Let me give you an additional sound effect. Maybe this will help. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Now, if Jeff was here, he would know what game it is. Dan, have you changed your opinion here? You still don't know what it is?
No.
All right, then. I may have finally... oh, no, we got a winner. We found somebody who's got it right. Okay, so this game is the greatest console game of all time, and it is GoldenEye N64. That noise is swipe, punch when you miss somebody. And that is a silencer. Oh, what a noise. Especially the noise when he hits somebody. You just get that. Yeah, got him. Nailed him in the back of the head in the facility. So well done to Slurp Bear, and also Thwunk has got it right as well. But that was Gaming Corner. And I'm sure you're all saying, Rob, Dan, please get back to channel auditing. So let's do that now with this channel that calls themselves Eastwood's Adventures, British History and Travel. They are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And Dan, take it away with what you've learned about this channel.
So yeah, this is I think they said they're a British history channel in the forum, which is why I'm like, wait a minute, oh, what? And it looks like a travel channel just by looking at the thumbnails and stuff. But I think each of these videos are coming more from a historical perspective, which I thought was a pretty cool way to do if it is traveling. It's at least exploring different places, whether or not you're going there. And I thought that was an interesting way to like do that kind of content. You'll notice like there's views on videos that are better than others. What I did is I looked at the most popular. Yeah. And there's some really good examples here of like strong videos and videos that I would say give a lot of clues as to what this creator can continue doing. So the one my favorite one is the abandoned car one. Very rare 1940s car found abandoned deep in the Scottish forest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on there. So a 1940s car plays into the history angle for this channel. Scottish forest plays into like the region of the world they're in. And anyone, I think, would be interested in content like this. I think this is why it did so well, because, you know, I think people like to see relatable things like this. So an abandoned car and you see it in the thumbnail and it looks really messed up. And you want to click on it and see, oh, did they like go in there and like take a camera and like, you know, get a lot of pictures of it? There's so a lot of intrigue in that particular video that appeals to anybody. I don't need to know the names of like certain places or whatever it might be. And then, yeah, what you're circling here's also a good point. Like there's like story behind this stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a history channel. So like they're always going to be talking about the story behind things, but it's like really prominent in these examples.
But like a specific story of maybe an individual person and their story behind the abandoned car or the stone, I think is what I'm trying to get at here, Dan. Like history is cool and all that. But when you're covering like the entire history of Britain, of which there is a substantial amount, maybe to differentiate yourself, there needs to be a tangible story within that. I think this castle in the lock just sells itself by just being a fantastic shot in the middle of a lake. These kind of logo things, I'm not sure if I'm that keen on them. They feel a bit obtrusive in the thumbnails, if I'm honest. But yeah, I think what, Dan, you're trying to emphasize is, cool, British history, I think anyone can get behind that. But the story behind, like a personal story that really connects to the history, is perhaps what they want to leverage as much as possible, whenever possible.
And I just want to say, like, focusing on one idea is really helpful. So the video below, the best one here, a certain castle, it says Ghosts, Myths, Legends, Link to King Arthur. That's a really good title for, I would say, a blog post. But when it comes to a YouTube video, like, how is this castle related to King Arthur? Would be, you don't even need to say the name of the castle, because people will get into the video and that's where you tell them the name of things. Like, I don't even know how to pronounce that word, Pendragon. Like, my eyes don't fixate on it as much because it's a word I'm unfamiliar with. But if you were to use words I did understand, like Link to King Arthur, and make that, like, try and make your video the focus of like one topic. You can get into ghosts, myths, and legends and talk about the actual place in the content. Try to get me in there by making it like, just that simple idea. How this castle relates to King Arthur. Something along those lines.
What the hell have I done there? Okay, I clicked the back button.
I thought you were about to do some research.
Well, I clicked popular and then the back button. I thought we'd go back to latest, but it didn't. So just looking at the most recent videos, the cadence tends to be 1 or 2 videos a month. So I would assume this requires a lot of research. They've got to travel to the place, presumably, and then do all of the research behind it. And then I just want to click in. I'm just going to put the music sound up. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
So there is a voiceover. They're not in front of camera. And these are, they were static images. Now these are, I would call them static video, just one pan out with some bushes rustling in the wind a bit. Okay, so now there's a bit more movement.
Yeah.
Maybe for a bit more interest and intrigue in that first 20 seconds, you want some movement and try to jump on the hook a little bit more of a title. It felt like it took a bit of time to get into the video there. Now, maybe that's the pace you're going for with the audience that you're looking to attract.
Yeah, I'd be looking at my retention on especially more popular videos. Like, this feels like a lot of like, hey, we're getting there, we're going there, we're going to be there soon. It just memorial situated on bias. Yeah, now we're talking again and we're talking about the specific place. I just feel like I want you along with me while we're walking through the woods and stuff. And I don't mind a little bit of a music montage, but that one felt long. And so it's only a 5-minute video. I would look at your retention graph to see if I'm onto something there. Like, do people drop or do they skip ahead? You know, there's some clues there too. And that watch time is going to be really crucial for getting more people to like find these videos.
Lots of interesting stuff there for Eastwood's Adventures. Now then, folks, if you are enjoying this live stream, then can you please share your gratitude in the form of an emoji, be it the generic emojis that you have to hand or the custom vidIQ Nation membership emojis. Yeah, please do share them as wildly and as rampantly as possible. If you want to get your hands on these emojis as well, we've set the membership amount to the lowest it can possibly be on YouTube, which I think is $1.99 or £1.99. And you'll get to access, I think, at least 16 emojis that we have now, including Jasper, Viper, Jeff's in there, also Savage. Maybe we need a Minecraft Dan face as well soon. And do make sure to share the claw emoji later on in the live stream. I'm seeing lots of emojis being shared. That's all good stuff. Hope these are all positive and supportive of what we're actually doing here, Dan. Are you all right?
I was trying to show a message with a bunch of them and I accidentally hid the message. Sorry, old man Gib. Sorry.
Oops. Oh, well. Let's move on to the next channel then. And we're going to go home, Dan. We're going to bring it home.
Oh.
And we're going to audit a YouTube education channel called We're Here. Full line is We're Here to Help. Helping you guys grow on your YouTube channel and become successful. 400 plus subscribers. So the very beginning of their YouTube education journey. And if you look at the view counts, they are quite healthy in the sense that we're getting hundreds of views versus hundreds of subscribers. And I would say, Dan, these are pretty strong thumbnails. They are celebrity YouTube trend jacking using Ryan Trahan, Mr. Beast frequently. We've seen these types of thumbnails in and around YouTube education quite a lot, so they are borrowing, but not necessarily copying verbatim anybody else's thumbnails. So I'm fine with that. I think this is a very promising start from the creator. What are your initial thoughts here?
Yeah, again, a lot of examples. They have really strong thumbnails. They've learned how to simplify. And in our space, like text is kind of crucial, right? And you never want to use too much. It's just enough to get people to like think about it for a sec. So like try this, that Mr. Beast one. And then I'm instantly wanting to go to the title, like Mr. Beast being a genius for 3 minutes straight. Oh, okay, I get it. So he's just encouraging YouTubers to try certain things. And yeah, they themselves are trying a lot of things, it seems, because that's a video we've seen before. You know, okay, we're gonna clip together some Mr. Beast advice. They're kind of, I feel like, playing all the different angles of a YouTube education channel.
Yeah,
Believe it or not, though, you can niche down in the space even more than this creator is. I just don't know if I would recommend that. Like, the views seem to be consistent across the different types of videos.
Yeah. Let's just check.
You know what?
Go ahead.
The only ones I saw that weren't doing as well were like the Photoshop and Canva ones. Like,
okay, yeah, it's a bit of a sidestep, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, you almost want to leave that to the channels that teach how to use those different programs, but that's just I guess my 2 cents from looking at the 2 videos you have compared to some of the other stuff you've done.
Now, I think the thumbnails are of a fairly good standard. And when I clicked on one of the videos, Dan, I was even more impressed. So we'll just click on this one and maybe watch the first 20 seconds of it.
On my other channel, there is a short that can never die. The views will never stop.
I love how many jump cuts they're doing here, and just sticking their channel logo on the face of somebody just adds a bit of comedy and entertainment to it. I mean, look at how much we're seing here in like 20 seconds. I don't think we even edit this sharply unless it's John in the editing suite. Really cool stuff.
I want to point something out real quick, and it's because I have the regular YouTube chat up, and our chat is not showing this. Old Man Gib gifted 20 memberships.
Woo! So, wow! Oh my goodness!
Thank you to everybody who, thank you to Old Man Gib, and congrats to everybody who's grabbing a membership. Enjoy your emotes. We couldn't call that out otherwise unless I interrupted everything. So sorry about that.
Old Man Gib, thank you from the vidIQ Nation.
The other thing I wanted to point out is. Sorry, that was that's very distracting. The audio in that video we were just watching. I do feel like that would be the next upgrade for this creator, and I don't know if it's a microphone thing or it's just like practicing a little bit more. But they felt a little bit quiet to me, like they were making videos in secret, and I would just love to hear them just bring it up a notch in terms of their energy.
It could have been my audio that was a bit low. Let's just listen to one more, Dan. But we'll just be silent for the 10 seconds just to try and get an audio check.
Okay.
So you want to take your passion of gaming to the next level by starting a YouTube channel and growing an audience of people to watch you play your games. Before you do that,
I think it's pretty good, but I would agree that the sound effects are maybe a bit too overpowering versus his voice. So just a bit of a mixing level issue there.
Yeah, a bit of a mixing level, and I still feel like they were talking, a little bit like this. So you want to take your Minecraft channel, a little bit whispery. That's a nitpick. Like, I'm just looking for little things this creator could kind of work on over time. Not to say that you're not doing, like, what you're doing sounds and looks good. It's just, I'm looking for those areas of improvement. So yeah, that's that. Like, overall, this is really cool. This is a competitive space, as we know, and I feel like for how many videos they've made, they've managed to stand out, especially for being faceless as well. It's very impressive.
Now, the one final thing I want to look at here is a credibility question, because you are a YouTube educator and somebody visiting your channel is unfortunately going to say those words along the lines of, what do you know about YouTube? You've only got 400 subscribers and each of your videos get a couple of hundred views. And that's something that unfortunately you're going to have to deal with. So in terms of a credibility question, I think what you should be doing is taking your viewers on a journey with you you know, we wouldn't usually tell people to celebrate your first 100 subscribers in a video or your first 250 subscribers. But because that's, you know, part of your channel's DNA, it should be a video along the lines of this is how I got my first 100 subscribers in 44 days or whatever it is, and this is how I did it. So that you're showing people under the bonnet of your channel, this is how I got these small wins. But I would say your audience is probably people who are in exactly the same position as you. They've got a couple of hundred subscribers, like hundreds of views on videos. Where do they go next? And you're right there with them, and try and celebrate that part of your channel at this stage in your YouTube journey, because, you know, you'll reach monetization. You can talk about how you achieve that. You'll reach 1,000 subscribers, and then you'll be able to add AdSense onto your content, and you can talk about that. You know, you're going through the steps. Like, sometimes it can feel a bit disingenuous from vidIQ to say for the 50th time how to get 1,000 subscribers, because we've not gone through those trenches for a long period of time, but you're doing it right now. And so creators can maybe relate even more to you.
Yeah.
So usually on a live stream, we wouldn't say that the content we're auditing is related to the audience. But on this occasion, there's probably 400 people in this live stream right now who have a similar number of subscribers to you. And I would happily recommend people subscribe to this channel and watch their content if you want to grow your YouTube channel. So best of luck. We're here. And with that, Dan, I think it's time for some super chats, as well as the memberships. I don't know how they're dished out. Will they have been done immediately, Dan?
It's pretty immediate, and it tells you in the main chat, not our StreamYard chat. It tells you each person who's getting one. And some people are like, "How do I claim it?" There is a way to like set it. I think when the membership pops up, you can click on it or something to make sure you have that feature on. But there's a lot of people here, so 20 memberships is only going to go so far. I imagine everyone's already gotten it who was going to get it.
Indeed. All right, I hope the background music isn't too loud, because StreamYard, what we're still looking for is audio levels that we can see so that we can track how loud everything is. So hopefully it's not too loud. We will do some super chats, though, and they look a little bit like this. Grey Ghost Gamers. If a short is getting traffic mostly through search, would you recommend converting it into a normal video to grab the viewers' watch hours? 1 to 2 views per hour. I'm not sure what he means by the statistic at the end. Interesting, Dan.
Yeah.
Remake the video as a long-form piece of content for watch time.
If you're getting search traffic, that's a good sign that people are looking for information on that topic.
Yep.
But if you were able to explain it in a short, my question would be, and you could probably do this, but how do you make the long version of it valuable enough to be longer? You know, there's a way to do it. Like you could list more things out. Like I see it's a gaming channel, so maybe you're talking about the best area to do a certain thing in the game, and so you know you only cover one area, but now you could do a listicle, top 5 areas to do the certain thing. You know, so now you're showing different parts of the map, and you're like, yeah, you can hunt for more creatures if you go here, 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 here. So there is a way to do it. I would just make sure if you're going to make it longer, bring that value. You know, and then follow the best practices for the other folks in your space doing their titles and thumbnails, because now it's not a short. You have to really think about the title and the thumbnail.
What worries me a little bit about this question is the words that say grab the watch hours. In that, what I'm doing here is I'm making a video to get watch hours. So I'm not really too bothered about the audience. I'm just doing this to try and meet your monetization requirement. And if you're then splitting the watch hours and the views, so you're trying to get not only 10 million shorts views, but also 4,000 hours of watch time, you're kind of splitting your resources even more by doing that. And I need to make sure that this music is on a loop. And I think I've done it. Right, so that was Grey Ghost Gamers. We have a super sticker from Crime Update Files. I'm sure you all enjoyed that in the chat. And then Old Man Gib has given us, I think, some vidIQ emojis that don't quite work on StreamYard. But I'm sure, again, you all enjoyed them in the live stream chat. And again, those 20 memberships. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much, Old Man Gib. The streak continues for Design Burst. I think this must be 10 live streams in a row. If our topic is the living room, what title and thumbnail would you advise to make our content more effective? Adding text in a thumbnail effective as well.
What title and thumbnail would you advise to make our content more effective? So your topic isn't just home design, it's like no, the living room design. It really, it's going to depend video by video. You know, what's happening in the living room. That's really, there's no magic title thumbnail combo in my opinion. In any case, it's more about the topic. Like, what are you physically doing? I'll give you an example, something that just popped in my head, which I've seen this a lot in gaming, but now I'm like, I wonder how this would work for this channel. What if you did a challenge series whereby you challenge yourself to take an empty space and turn into this living room in a certain amount of time, maybe 24 hours or a certain amount of days, and you do several episodes over the course of some time. So now you're doing a vlog style video where you're going out and you're sourcing materials, and now we're talking about a different style of video altogether, where the topic is really, really interesting, because it's like this person is showing me, if I have an empty room, which a lot of people do when they first start out designing, I have an empty room, what can I do to take an empty room and like get it fully decked out with the furniture I want and the stuff. So now you're showing yourself going to different places and sourcing different things, going to different websites and finding different things for your space. The title and the thumbnail write themselves at that point. Like, if the video has a lot of focus and a lot of value to the audience, you don't have to think that hard. But like, when you're asking us, like, if the topic is living room, what title thumbnail would you advise to make the content more effective? It's like, it's not about that. It's like the topics, like what's going to resonate with your audience. Right?
There you go, Dan. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
So the question we throw back to you: what is the desire and goals, aspirations of your audience? If it's to get a living room on a super cheap budget and spend like less than $1,000, then you want to focus on that aspect in the title and the thumbnail. But if it's something more luxurious, because you have aspirational viewers who want to have a Kim Kardashian lifestyle and have picture frames made of solid gold, then that's going to be a completely different audience and a completely different pitch to the audience. So it depends on your target audience, is, I think, the short answer.
That's all we had to say.
Yeah,
but I got this idea
much
in my head. I'm like, oh, I would watch that. Like, someone just designing a whole space. And I was trying to think of like, what would make me watch your videos? You know, and that's what you want to do. Like, who do you want watching your videos, basically?
We've got a new member. Ferret Tube TV joining us. Do make sure. Thanks. Hang on. We've got to do that one again. We've got a new member. It's Ferret Tube. Oh, so much fun. And we have another member joining us. I have to use a different sound effect there. Gardening Journey with Eds has also become a new member of the vidIQ Nation. We have a super chat from Sim Vibes. No question there. Maybe it was a super sticker, but thank you there. And also Shavs Media Productions with $2 Australian. And we are playing Australia in the World Cup tomorrow. I hope we thrash you. I'm just being honest, and I will take your $2 along with that. Next super chat comes from TRD for the win. Why does it seem as some videos take off, but then it stalls even with 63% click rate? That's impossible. I'm at 423 subscribers and struggling to grow. I've never seen a 63% click-through rate unless it's had 5 impressions and you've clicked on the thumbnail 3 times.
I think this is, again, I'm not looking at the channel right now, but I wonder if this is a matter of just patience. Like, keep uploading videos, because if you're gaining subscribers and you are getting views, you're not necessarily struggling to grow. It's just that you're maybe not growing fast as you want. Like, if you upload consistently and you just keep doing what's been working and make little improvements along the way, like, things will happen. So like what I'm referring to is this effect whereby you put out a video, people watch it, they enjoy it so much, they want to see more from you, and they start going through your back catalog. But that gets easier and easier as your back catalog grows. And as you keep learning and improving, each video you put out is a little bit better. Title's a little bit more intriguing. The thumbnail looks sharper. And then they grow even faster because the latest video does well, and people are like, what else has this person done? And now they're clicking on your other banger thumbnails and titles. And so it's just this snowball effect has to build. Like, sometimes it just takes a while on YouTube to get enough content in there to get people to understand what you're doing and like want to go back through your catalog. Before you know it, they're waiting for every single upload you post.
TRDFTR FTW, maybe watch the video we posted yesterday, as it gives you a bit of an insight into how the algorithm kind of treats new videos. And it wasn't a case of the creators' click-through rate being high or not, because that's a very fluid figure. It was more to do with the watch time and how much people were enjoying and satisfying the content. So that might be worth watching to help you along. We got a super sticker from Grey Ghost Gamers. Thank you there. And then we have, I think, a message here that we all need to offer a little bit of support and motivation. And I'm including the chat here. So Sim Vibes asks, should I continue when I don't get any feedback? So presumably you're posting videos and getting hardly any views and maybe no comments. And the simple answer here, on behalf of myself and the entire vidIQ team, is yes. Never give up on your YouTube dreams, because you don't know what's around the corner. You could be like that far away from having a breakthrough, where all of a sudden you make a video that's watched by hundreds of people and you get your first couple of comments. So we will always be on the side of continue to create, because you matter and you will make a huge positive influence on people out there. You just don't know it yet. That's my method of encouragement. Dan, what's yours?
I would say, assuming it's a gaming channel and it's about The Sims or a game that has Sims vibes, it's a hard space to stand out in, and I can see getting discouraged. Don't be afraid to do something that has worked for somebody else and bring your own take to it. I've talked to a lot of gaming channels. I have friends who've expressed this to me. When somebody does something that they feel like, oh, I was beat to the punch, they avoid that because, oh, it's been done before, and now I don't want to look like I'm copying someone else. I want you to go out and see what's worked, especially lately in your space, and do it. Like, jump on it as if it's a trend. Maybe, you know, hey, I saw so-and-so doing this. Now I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it this way. It could be a certain type of build. It could be a challenge of some kind. Like, that works. And it's the whole reason things trend in the first place. You know, someone sees something like the Grimace Shake and they're like, I want to get a Grimace Shake and pretend I died from it. And then before you know it, everyone on TikTok is buying Grimace Shakes and filming themselves with them. So just let yourselves, this is for everybody, let yourselves like see something you enjoy, and actually, like, if you feel like you can do your own version of it, do it. And don't be afraid to do that. Oftentimes this is how you build relationships with other creators. Like, I was inspired by so-and-so, be upfront about it in your description and tag them, you know, and then maybe they comment. Like, so I've seen a lot of gaming channels go through this, and I know I'm making a leap there with their channel name, but that's my encouragement for you, is like, go out there and don't be afraid to do something and bring your own voice to it.
You know what Sim Vibes needs, and everyone here? A bit of motivation. Most of you didn't see this, so let's play it one more time.
In a digital world where numbers are everything, sits one creator, 1 year on YouTube, 13 views. Yup, even his grandmother gets more views than him, and she doesn't even realize she's live streaming.
Why isn't this working?
The sleepless nights he spent filming, his awkward family meetings about getting a real job, not to mention the dozens of impatient girlfriends he's lost.
I'd rather date a TikToker.
All for 13 measly views. While most kids dreamt about unicorns and princesses and T-Rexes wearing tutus, this creator refused to dream. That's right. He was too busy preparing. But for this, oh, how the YouTube gods mercilessly mocked him. But on the brink of giving up, a new hope emerges. Brave, bold, and British. In a digital world where numbers matter, your voice matters more. We're here to make it heard.
Oh, it just gives me the YouTube feels, does that. And what I find so hilarious is one of the comments I saw when we first posted this at the beginning of the live stream, Dan, was somebody just typed in Grandma OP, and I just found that so hilarious. but somebody's traumatized. Oh well. Oh well.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Yes, that was. I think AI generated is from one of her team members. There, we're just having a bit of fun, but I thought it was just so cool. And of course, I'm Superman in it, so I had to play the video. And maybe we'll play it again at the end. Who knows? But yeah, that's the motivation you need to carry on creating, or just get out of YouTube because you're terrified. There's one way or the other. All right, Dan. Let's now audit another channel. Most weeks, not every week, but most weeks, Viper, who does a sterling job managing the Twitter channel, does a thumbnail competition. And whichever thumbnail gets the most likes in the tweet or the... What if it's not called a tweet now, what is it called?
Just call it a tweet.
An X. A Twix, whatever.
Twix.
Whoever gets the most likes gets an audit. And this week, the winner was Quick Point Tech. And we are auditing their channel called Geek Tech Zone. And they have approaching 2,000 subscribers. And now, just quickly looking through this channel, Dan, it looks as if it has a bit of a split personality. Because yes, it does have videos about most realistic car simulator games and high graphics flight simulators, but then also stuff about Canva Pro for free and how to use Canva and unlimited emails. I'm thinking, oh, which direction is this channel going? Is it tech support advice or gaming? And that might be where I would start with the channel focus. What are you seeing here for a channel that's a year old but hasn't posted that many videos yet?
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused by some of like the topics. What I will say, just in terms of a positive here, I think they've done a good job for the most part, like simplifying their thumbnails. Like they use some text, they use a little more than I would like, but it's still like, you know, not too much. And they don't like take it over the screen with it. They just like here's a car, I'm going to center the car and use a nice image. Like, and Gmail Unlimited, like that one's kind of drawing my eye because of the simplicity there. Like, so there's some like, in terms of like thumbnails and things going on, there's some cool stuff going on here. But in terms of like what the channel's about, I can't determine if it's about productive tools to help me, like Canva and Gmail and things like that, or if it's about like simulator games. Yeah. You know, there's like flight simulator stuff and like top 10 realistic bus simulator games. It feels like they have two very different interests and they're trying to shove them together on one channel. And it's going to be really difficult. Like it's going to get confusing for everybody involved because I subscribed for, you know, Gmail tips and stuff. And the latest video is about like a flight simulator or a car simulator or something like that.
The two outliers in terms of the simulators was the high graphics flight simulator games at 50,000 almost here, both for Android as well. You could potentially make a entire channel just on looking at the best graphics for flight simulator games, and like the tech channels that are just all about the power of PC cards and how they're used against particular games. So that could be the super niche that you want to apply to this specific channel, and then maybe take the Canva Pro stuff and whatever elsewhere. I do have a little bit of a concern about some of the topics here. Without clicking in and knowing more, I look at how to create unlimited Gmail accounts without a phone as a bit suspicious. Why does anybody need to do that unless they're trying to circumvent something or hack something? There may be legitimate reasons, but I don't know why. Again, Canva Pro team invite links, get Canva Pro free 100%. Is that what Canva approves of and wants people to do? I'm not sure. So they may get views because people are always searching for stuff on YouTube about how to hack stuff and get stuff for free.
Right.
But there are policies that are quite strict about this. So just be certain that what you're doing is, first of all, legal, but also then doesn't, what would be the word, break any terms of conditions of the products that you're talking about, because you may get into trouble if you continue to go down that path. But the high graphics simulator stuff, that all seems legitimate and like an interesting approach to a niche.
Yeah, there's... Yeah, now that you mentioned that, I feel like they should really just focus on the simulator scene. And that's a big topic in gaming and gaming adjacent corners as well. Like people who use simulators to actually learn how to fly. Like that's, all of that is like a pretty big audience, and some of those videos have a lot of views. It's kind of weird to see like the different spikes in views. I would wonder if they're posting them in like other places, but in any case, like, you might be onto something there. And I would, like, as Rob was alluding to, there could be some policies you're running up against with some of the other videos on this channel. So be very, very mindful of that.
All right, we're coming to the top of the hour, and I just wanted to remind you that there are places available at the start of this live stream for the one-on-one coaching. 2,500 of you have now voted, and the percentage is still exactly the same. 3/4 of you would take up a one-on-one YouTube coach. And this service offers you video coaching whereby you don't have to schedule a meeting and you're not limited to just one meeting a month. You video message with your coach on a regular basis for advice, motivation, tips, tricks, strategies for your YouTube channel. If you are interested, I highly recommend clicking the link at the top of the description and reading through this page, because it answers everything you need, which coaches you'll be working with at the service, and also, most importantly, the FAQs, because there are always a lot of questions about one-to-one coaching, so make sure to check them out. It is at a lowest price it will ever be stage. We're still building up capacity with more coaches. There has been a wait list in the past. Now we've got it down to the lowest supply and demand. We've now kind of balanced this briefly, but there is always more demand and the supply will quickly run out. So if you are interested, act fast and do it also, because the price is eventually going to go up, because we can't keep offering it at the price we're offering at, because it is super cheap for a coach for an entire month. So there's a link on screen now or in the description. But now, Dan, we're going to do something quite shocking.
Huh?
We're going to go to our forms, because 563 people have submitted on this form, the non-gaming form. And another 500 people have submitted on the non-gaming form. So that's over 1,000 people have submitted. But we know for a fact that there's not 1,000 people in this live stream right now. There's 842. So we're going to do something which guarantees that people in this live stream right now are going to get picked. We're going to purge it. We're going to purge the whole damn thing. Delete all responses. Gone.
No. Oh, shoot.
Delete all responses.
No, don't do it.
Gone.
Ah.
Get to the forms. Fill it out again. We're going to start auditing some channels almost immediately. No. I don't know what we do in the meantime now. I should have thought about this. I guess. Yeah,
you guys should probably put your channels in the form.
Yeah. Get going. Get going.
We didn't think this far ahead. Maybe you should answer some super chats.
Let's answer one super chat in the meantime. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we'll answer this one.
Oh, that's big.
That comes from Neutered. One question. What should I do if I'm stuck with only one game on my channel? I'm afraid of uploading different content and harming my algorithm. You have a personal algorithm with the current game I play.
So it's replace the word. I love it when you say this, Rob. Replace the word algorithm with audience. Okay. And I wouldn't say you're going to harm them. They'll be fine. They'll be okay. I think what
I need the emotional damage sound effects.
Yeah, I think what it might do is that some of them will be like, I don't really watch this person for this particular game, and they won't watch. But that's not to say new people won't come along. So it just kind of depends on how your confidence level is. If you're feeling really good about your current content, the titles and thumbnails you're doing, the audience you have cultivated, then I would say it doesn't hurt to test a new game and maybe do it in a style that people are familiar with. If they come to you for certain types of videos, try and do that type of video, but in this new game, because the biggest creators that I see who play a lot of different games, you know what you're going to get every single time, right? Like Doug is a fantastic example of this. Always playing something different on Twitch and thus their YouTube channel. But there's going to be this massive audience interaction component to it that changes the way the video just does. Like, I watched the massive video he put out about Pajama Sam, a game I've never played, I would never watch someone play, but because of the way he did it, and I knew he was going to do like something interesting with it, I watched anyway. And then other videos he's done, Grand Theft Auto and Minecraft and all kinds of stuff. So it doesn't really matter what he plays, it's how he's going to play it. And that's really when it comes to gaming channels, like that's the killer strategy, and the one that takes a really long time to develop, right? Like, you need to be really confident with yourself and your voice and what you want to do. But if you play a similar game and you do it a similar way that your audience is used to, that's the best chance of them coming over, and then hopefully also attracting new people. But this is a long play. This is not something that's going to work over the next video. You change things you're doing, you got to commit to the changes, if you want to see real results. So best of luck.
Beautiful answer. And that's given us enough time to see that we have hundreds of submissions already. Wow. And people are still answering the form saying no and then continuing to complete the form. If we find one, we just won't audit the channel. For crying out loud. So what we're going to do is we take this number, 260. I'll keep adjusting that because I know people are still filling out the form. So 260. And then with the claw, which I forgot to introduce, I'll just use a sound effect to save some time. We'll pick out the number, and the number is 217. So this is the channel that we assume is in the live stream right now. Dan and I have not encountered this channel before. They are a shorts channel, which is exciting. More and more shorts channels submitting every single week. They call themselves, interestingly, Financial Failure.
Oh.
Now, you have posted some long-form content, but I'm going to ignore it because you said you're a shorts channel, and we'll see what you're doing in the shorts criteria. And there's some weird pictures going on here. That is weird in itself. Wow. Okay, that's a roller coaster. There can be only one coin. Don't get caught up. Is this? Hang on. Let me check what do they describe themselves as? Finance memes. All right. Okay, that gives me a bit more context. I'm a little afraid to click on any of these, just giving our audience.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. What do you think, Dan? Fun stuff, entertaining stuff?
I think depending on the relatability of each of these shorts to the average person, you will get people to not scroll. So the simple solution here is to look at the best performing ones for yourself and then see, like, really analyze them, like watch them yourself and go, why did someone stop scrolling on this one and not another one? Right? Like this is kind of interesting. Like, so what's happening here? I've never seen a roller coaster like this before, but then you read the text.
Terrifying.
Yeah. So the only thing I'd say about this is when bro diamond something straight to the bottom. Like, so I get that, this is like a finance meme, right? But there's no indication of like finance there unless the emojis and the terms are way widely adopted. I just don't. I found that kind of confusing. So I would have scrolled past that. Maybe the roller coaster is intriguing, but I think the meme is not landing. So anyway, free money ? Like, so let's see. Would you let a crypto bro scan your eyeball for money? It's short. It's simple to see what's going on in there. Like 5,000 views makes sense. The more nuanced your short is. All I'm trying to say is the more nuanced your short is, the less people are going to stop scrolling. So the meme has to be relatable. As soon as people get to it, they have to know what's going on, whether or not they are into crypto.
And then just long form stuff very briefly, because they're posting very regularly. It's a road to financial freedom. And how are they doing this? Are they hosting, serving, mining crypto with different tech? I'm not sure, but the views are intriguing, Dan.
Yeah.
Most of these are fairly strong versus the channel size. But it feels a little impenetrable to me, a lot of it. So not very welcoming to the beginner crypto enthusiast, one might say.
If you're going to use this title and thumbnail structure, this Road to Freedom vlog series they're doing at the top there, you have to change the thumbnails every video. That is my advice to you. You can't just use the same thumbnail and change the number on it, as nice as that would be. If you're going to use Road to Financial Freedom week 1, okay, you're taking me on a journey. That's a great title. Every single video, look at the Ryan Trahan Penny series for inspiration here. Every single video made it look like something unique was going to happen, even though the title was exactly the same as yesterday's title. So it has to be related to part of the story you're trying to tell from each video.
Lovely stuff. Let's audit another channel. We're going to go into the gaming zone here. If I can find the right screen, it was ball number 60.
The gaming zone.
Yeah. Are we going to find a Minecraft channel? We'll
of all the days
spontaneously explode if we do.
Of all the days to like do a Minecraft channel, why have none of you submitted today?
Archie Gamer, you said you've hit 1,000 subscribers. So first of all, congratulations on that. They look as if they are a FIFA, or I think FIFA now is either gone or it's been EA Sports is using a new developer. I can't remember what the exact story is there, but FIFA is no more, and it's now FC24, which I think is going to be released soon. And you're just looking at the updates and news surrounding the game, which is pretty cool. I think the one thing that's missing from this channel, if you're emphasizing like recent updates about the game, is a lack of consistency in the branding and the thumbnails. I think if you have more branding consistency there, more people will return to your content on a more regular basis. Because I love the idea that this video got 800 views, but then the ones subsequent haven't really done anything. And what is the reason for that? Might be because you went from FC 24 back to FIFA 23. Maybe your audience is ready to move on. Excuse me. This one about the beta code, maybe, you know, from a search-based point of, from a context point of view, that title's a little impenetrable. Yeah. What do you think, Dan? Just general observations here.
I love the focus of this channel, and I love that they're covering a game that's not out yet, like super strong there in terms of strategy. You know, that helps a ton. What needs to happen is, like you said, the titles are impenetrable. The fact that that video is 800 views tells me everything I need to know here. So official gameplay deep dive, like, people are watching this and they know exactly what they're getting. Like, the gameplay trailer was released and you're reacting to it. Like, that is like so easy to understand. And if you're a fan of this series, then you're like, yes, I need more people breaking down what I just saw. That's why, look at these videos, like bonkers views. Look at that. And just from, you know, not even corporate channels. Like, this is so cool. So they did something really smart there. And the titles following that one were harder to understand, and that's all it is. I think that's the only thing going on here. So FIFA 23 best of batch 1 footies player pack, like, what? Like, there's the words. I get if you play the game it should make sense to you, but even if it makes sense, you can't make it hard to read still, and it's still hard to read. EAFC beta code, like, you know, play the game early is what a beta code would let you do, right? So just focus on that part of it. Like, what is the beta code for? It's to play the game early. So make that the focus of the title. So that's all that's going on there. It just really needs to be clear to the audience what they're going to get.
Alrighty, let's move on to the next channel, channel 21, and I'll have to remember to reset the ball counter after this one. We are looking at LavaLogan 4. They are another meme channel, meme shorts channel. So we may struggle again for context and understanding here. Nothing in the long form stuff. All right, to be expected. And then memes I stole part 3, part 4. Okay,
okay.
At least you're being honest. At least you're being honest. But Ali, I've seen this person twice. Is this a creator? Is this them? Let's just.
I don't know.
Let me see. I'm not going to put the sound on just in case there's any swear words or any music that we can't use. I don't really know what's going on here. I'm
going to say, even though you're being upfront about stealing them, you're not bringing any extra value. Like, these videos got popular somewhere else. It's time to kind of reevaluate why you're on YouTube. Like, that subscribe link there. And this kind of comes up against our own guidelines for channels we review. So I feel like we can move on.
Okay, let's do that. And we apologize if we're misinterpreting what your channel's about. And it's kind of a joke that you're stealing memes and you're not, but we're just having to go first impressions here. Right, let me just do a number count. So we're up to 266. So let's just play it safe and do 350 and hope it doesn't pick one in the 300s right now. 124, perfect. So this is a gaming channel. And it's another shorts channel. They have hit 1,000 subscribers. So that's the first part of their journey successful. So again, another channel that was doing longs, but has now stopped doing that for the time being. And their shorts are Roblox centered. I can definitely see that from the screenshots. Looks as if they're playing the same game over and over again, which is good. I guess it's Pet Simulator 10 from the titles. Very consistent view counts, roughly 1,000 per shorts.
Yeah.
And so I'd say there's good focus here. At least the randomly generated thumbnails look somewhat engaging and consistent. Title-wise, let's have a look. New jungle pets in Adopt Me. So there's an update there. Hatching a danger egg in Adopt Me. Oh, so is that different to Pet Simulator? I'm not sure.
Yeah, but they're similar. Let's click on one. I want to see how quickly we get to like the crux of what's going to happen.
All right, let's do. Maybe
one with 1,000 views. Let's just
Music.
I would probably mute that music.
There's music. Copyrighted music. And there's no. Yes.
We're gonna get in trouble. Okay. All right. So the music was jarring, but that's okay. Shorts have music. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I was a bit lost.
So the speed is weird. The screen doing that weird thing it did with the character kind of getting cut off was strange. Okay. So you're getting gifts. Here's my question. Like, okay, I think I'm wrapping my head around this. They are thanking people for sending them gifts in the game by using YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
So that's fine. That's totally cool. You're building a community. That's great. For other shorts, like this is interesting to me. So putting the different pets on the little pedestals, like it feels like it's building to something. Yeah. Like I need visual cues that something is about to happen. So, you know, when you run to a mailbox and open some gifts, there's a lot of text on the screen, a lot of things going on. I'm probably going to swipe away. But this is interesting. A box opens and you get something, right? Okay,
RGB headset. Oh, cool.
The problem is it's behind the title down there, so I didn't see that right away. So
I see what you mean. Yeah,
when you get the thing, it should come up in the middle of the screen. Yeah, exactly. So that's people can sense anticipation, even if it's in a video game and with no sound. They see a box that's about to open, it's spinning faster and faster. They're going to want to see what's inside, even if they don't really play the game. Maybe they're thinking about playing that game. So make sure the payoff is worth it. So then take that item and put it front and center so it doesn't get hidden behind that title. So it's a little, when it comes to shorts, the reason I'm nitpicking so much is because they're a very visual medium, and those are the things you have to keep in mind. What is the experience from the perspective of a brand new viewer who's never seen your content before?
All right, we're going to move on to the next channel. But just first of all, we've got 930 people watching right now, and the live stream's been gradually going up and up. How do we get this to 1,000 concurrent viewers?
What do we have to do?
What do we have to do? So my question to you is, maybe it's through engagement. So let us know one thing you've learned from this live stream channel this week, whether it's thumbnails, channel focus. Just let us know in a single sentence what you've learned in this live stream, because we hope you find it valuable and useful. And who knows, maybe we'll get to 1,000. Maybe I need to do like stakes, Dan. Like, if we can get this above 1,000 concurrent viewers, we'll live stream for another 2 hours. But I'm going to be honest, we're not going to do that. We're already tired.
I could try and survive in this Minecraft world. I haven't played in a very long time.
We'll send out the Ender Dragon to find Dan.
I'll throw it on hardcore mode. And
Anyway, we're going to look at AnyuCube. Their channel has over 500 subscribers, and they are daring us to subscribe to their channel.
Don't do it.
I dared not.
Okay.
So what is this channel about? Is it animation? Is it memes? Cubing? Is it cubing memes?
It looks like a cubing channel, like with a horror twist.
Yeah. Interesting juxtaposition of format and genre.
Yeah. I like that they're doing something different as a cubing
Me too.
channel. Like,
Me too,
yeah, when you look at cubing channels, you generally see the same style of like thumbnail and everything. This is interesting to me. I don't know if the animated character is making it more confusing or if it's not a bad thing to have in there. I would say this intro's a bit long, but it's okay. I mean,
it's quite snappy.
It came up, yeah, I was in the middle of saying that, it went away, so that's fine.
We're 10 seconds in, Dan, and a lot's already happened.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, again, credit to the creator. They're using what they have. They're just filming with whatever background they have and lighting, and then using footage where can, but trying to make it transformational, I believe. As long as we don't stay on this scene too long. So move to something else. So yeah, I would say this is transformational content, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of editing going on here. So again, another example of a creator who may not have like the best camera setup ever, but is like working with what they have really, really well.
Look at this slow motion cubing in shots.
Yeah. See, now this is visually like stimulating. So like normal speed text needs to be there. So I understand that something else is about to happen. Sure enough, slow-mo shows us that something breaks. Like, and people watch on a loop because they're like, wait, what happened?
Yeah. Huh?
This is really, really genius level content, in my opinion.
So I would say the next upgrade you want is a camera that can do like 240 frames a second.
Yes.
And this would become like visual ASMR.
Uh-huh. Because even the piece like snapping away, still too fast. Like, if you could get a better frame rate on the camera, if zoom out just a tiny bit more, like there's a lot you can do with this style of content. That's cool. I like what they're doing with shorts a lot.
And a young creator as well, with some really interesting left field ideas to apply to a pretty competitive niche on YouTube. So well done to you and YouTube. We're encouraged by your content there. And you've gone through the journey. You've got 138 videos on the channel. So you've been at this for a year or two at this point, which is awesome to see for a young creator as well. You have the time, use it wisely and continue creating. Awesome.
I can't, if you go back to the shorts, I cannot stress enough how important that text was. Slow motion, and like when you first scroll to it, it said normal speed. Like that gets people to stop. They're like, wait, so something else is going to happen. Normal speed implies that something else is going to happen. Like it gets you to stop scrolling. Like think about those little things for that new viewer to get them to latch onto your short.
All right, so we're up to 375 and 300 in non-gaming. So I'm just gonna bump it up to, oh no, we were right anyway, weren't we? 375. So the next one is a gaming channel, 334. We don't have 334, so we'll just do 298 as the latest channel that's submitted. TheExtraM, they have 700 subscribers. We've seen quite a lot of channels just in between the 100 and 1,000 subscriber mark this week. So encouraging to see that you've already made a start on YouTube and you're just looking for that next phase, leap forward. We're at 988 concurrent viewers. Come on, more. Just open a window and just shout at a random person and ask them to watch vidIQ on YouTube, please. Right, Dan. We have a channel that describes themselves as a Minecraft videos channel. So hey, we've got some Minecrafting, but we've also got some Lego as well.
Yeah, okay.
Some random Lego builds.
So I'm going to say, first of all, the dedication to Minecraft for the most part is strong. The Lego stuff feels out of character for this channel, but I like that they are trying so many different things in Minecraft. I think that's pretty cool. I think that your thumbnails look like they are stills from the video. They're not custom thumbnails. It looks like this is text that appeared in the video. And what we would like to have you do is start to make your titles and your thumbnails work together a bit more and explain more about what I'm going to get. You're like this smaller Minecraft creator. I've never watched your content before. Look at that one. Okay, Minecraft Hardcore, day 1, day 10. Like if you scroll back up, like that is exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, the split screen. The execution of that thumbnail isn't great. It could look a little better, but listen, like that tells me you're trying to survive day 1, day 10. You know, that is exactly what I need you to do in every video. Not that same format. I'm saying I need a visual cue as to what I'm going to get if you're doing a Minecraft Let's Play. The other thing I will say, just to nitpick, a 10-day survival challenge doesn't sound very epic. And it's okay if you try to survive 100 days and you die on day 50 or something. Like, you know, like you can play around with that. But I'm just saying, like, that is the other part of this, is like when you're competing in such a competitive space, it's also good to like try and stand out. And I don't know if a 10-day challenge was gonna ever be the thing, but that is a great example of what you could be doing with your thumbnails, like that visual cue of what's going to happen in the video.
They're doing some shots as well. I also saw some Lego stuff invading the content a bit there. And if we were just going to focus on this thumbnail a little bit more, Dan, what they need to do here is have a contrasting terrain. So maybe day 1, it's all green fields, and then day 10, it's like rough sand. And so that it makes the eye follow the thumbnail in the natural sequence that you would want somebody to look at the thumbnail. Where, as you say, because the terrain is identical, you're having to rely on the day number itself, and that's just not, it doesn't have enough punch in a thumbnail to make you realize there's almost like a before and an after, or a past and future style of thumbnail.
And stakes too. So I survived 10 days in Minecraft with no tools. Like, think about things you could do to really crank up the stakes of those types of videos. That's going to help a lot.
YouTube did not approve of me telling people to open Windows and ask people to watch the live stream, because we've just lost 50 concurrent views.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
You
Let's do some
super
chats. Let's do some super chats, shall we? We have the Grim Reaper 22. What happened to the other 21 Grim Reapers? For a gaming channel, would it be effective to add highlights at the beginning of a video instead of an intro? So I would say yes. Instead of an intro, anything. It can a highlight is kind of a hook in itself. If you want something more hook cohesive, then you want some hook that starts the story. But I would think about highlights, absolutely.
Yeah, any highlights, anything that's going to reaffirm the click, the title, the thumbnail. Like, you know, you'll see us do this all the time in our videos. Like, we kind of tap into like a problem our audience is having, and then the first few seconds confirms that that's indeed why we're here, what we're talking about. But we don't just say the title again. We like dive a little bit deeper. So there's different ways to do these intros. But yeah, I would definitely not do a branded intro with music and effects, and like just get right into the content. People don't like having to wait for the thing they clicked on.
We do have new members, which means we have sound effects to share with them. TRDFTW, I think you asked a question earlier, and now you remember, make sure to share those emojis. We've got a new member. It's John Krill. Oh, nobody's interested that John Krill is a new member. That's unfortunate. Dan is very sad about this. But thank you for becoming a member. Show your displeasure with the emojis. Next super chat. Perfect 4 hour. How would you pronounce that? Perfect 4. I want to say 4 twice. Though. Would you recommend for a channel like mine to get monetized? I have 7,687 subs and 500,000 short-case views in the last 90 days. I don't quite understand the question.
Are they afraid to turn monetization on?
Well, they're well short of monetization requirements.
Oh, because shorts views. Got it. What do you recommend? Okay, so you're doing shorts. You're not getting monetized. Okay.
Sorry.
What are you doing in your shorts, and what would a long version of that look like? You know, you could stitch a bunch of shorts together and make a long video that way, but ultimately, like, the real value there is going to come from like taking what you do in shorts and making a longer form video of it, telling more of a story. And again, studying titles and thumbnails in your space so that you're competing really strongly against other channels that are using similar topics on YouTube. That's what it is. It's just making long videos. Live streams too.
Envy anybody trying to monetize solely through shorts, because even if you do get monetized from 10 million views over 3 months, you'll earn about $100 a month, and it just seems very, very hard for people. So yeah, Dan, you're kind of suggesting let's start making some long form content and look for watch hours, which I don't necessarily disagree with. It just means that you're going from one discipline to another, which is a challenge in itself.
Yeah, but if your shorts are doing well, you've already learned a lot of storytelling elements. You probably have this like if you can be successful in shorts, you could be successful in long form if you focus on that level of quality of the content, right? Like if people are watching your shorts is because you're telling a compelling story, you're showing off something cool. You can do that in long form videos. It's just a different discipline, as Rob said.
I like wordplay channels, Shenanigans.
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine what it's about, but it's fun as a channel name. Do you have a membership link for iOS users? I don't understand the question. Are you saying that the membership button for the vidIQ channel is not appearing in the YouTube app as you're watching this live stream? I don't know. This would be a YouTube problem to fix. If you can.
You could go to the channel page, and it should be on the front page of our channel.
Yeah.
But if it's not there, that'd be weird because I think iOS had that for a long time.
And I'm sorry you've had to spend more than double the amount of our membership to ask that as a super chat, which is kind of ironic, which is why I'm giving you a bit more time as a super chat to celebrate the fact that you did that. Design Burst says I think from when we did the channel audit, because I remember we audited the channel maybe 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
That interior design using Midjourney. We've followed all of your advice now. Have 680 subs after 9 weeks. Cool.
Hey,
that's fairly sharp progress towards 1,000, and hopefully that means you can monetize if you've got 3,000 hours of watch time. Yeah, you're more than welcome. We do our best to help all channels of all shapes and sizes. Prime motivation. What to do if you get 0 views in 7 straight uploads? I have Stoic Motivation Philosophy channel. I have a thought about this, Dan.
Okay.
What's your thought first, if you have one?
It sounds like when I see those words together, it sounds like one of those videos where there's not. I don't want to offend you, and I'm just guessing here, but it sounds like a video where there's not too much to it. Like maybe there's some sound effects with a picture on the screen, and it's not really inspiring anybody to click on it. You might be making content for an audience that doesn't exist.
My thought, and this is purely anecdotal, is how much of your content is AI influence? Because I've seen a few examples fairly recently where AI generated content is just not being pushed out by YouTube at all, like 0 views, 1 views, which just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So my thought would be, first of all, as an experiment, start a new channel and maybe upload some of that content there. And if it's getting 0 views, like just not getting anything again, then I don't know, maybe it's something to do with AI generated content. We should probably do some more investigation on this and see if there's any truth to this. The other way is that you could just do a completely manually created piece of content, so you don't put any AI stuff into it at all. But it always sounds really weird to me when a channel is getting no views whatsoever, like just mostly AI. Okay, so as I say, because we are doing some experimentation with it a little bit, we're seeing that AI generated content is somehow being not discovered by creators. So
yeah,
maybe just something to experiment with.
YouTube, it does seem like they don't love it when people only use AI to make a channel. You know, that's from our own investigations. But AI is a great tool that can be helpful. You just still got to put your humanness into it somehow.
It is mentioned in the, I can't remember if it's reuse or repetitious content policies, that YouTube doesn't like programmatically created content. How it knows whether it's programmatically generated is an entirely different question. I have no idea on the answer to that. But YouTube can scan every single frame of a video and make determinations about it. So whether they can pick patterns about AI generated content, I don't know. I'm not trying to create any conspiracies here, but 0 views, mostly AI generated content, that's the connection I'm drawing. And I'm not going to say any more about it, apart from the 3 minutes we've just been talking about. Black-Eyed Bandit. I'm eating dinner. The food is good. So is your show. Awesome. Enjoy your dinner. Please let us know in another super chat what you're having if you wish to share.
Another super chat. Please pay us to let us know what you're eating.
Thank you for the super sticker, Jim Wilborn, and also thank you for this donation, J Devil Gaming. How many more super chats have we got? We've got quite a few here.
Oh, many.
Mike Allen, I understand you should not tell people to sub at the start of a video, but they don't watch to the end when you ask, would it be better to ask a little at the start, like a minute or two in? Yeah, absolutely. My philosophy is, after a light bulb moment or an aha moment, or where you've offered something of extreme value, then you can afford to maybe do a little bit of an ask. Like, I hope you found it really useful. If you want more tips like this, just make sure to subscribe. It would really help me. And then move on. That's how I would probably do it.
Yeah.
We'll move on. Dan, Mr. Hero Brian 15. What would you do if you passed PewDiePie in subs?
Buy something.
Dan would buy something. Again, if you want to know what that is, Mr. Hero Brian 15, send us another super chat. Two dudes with attitudes. It's Shawn Michael and Diesel here once again. Is it better to do thumbnails right away when posting? We go live pretty late at night, so we often do ours the next morning. Should we do it right away?
I have a different proposition for you.
Okay.
What is your episode going to be about? And how can you make your thumbnail the day before? It sounds like you're relying on doing your show to have the material to make the thumbnail. You want to be making the thumbnail ahead of time for a live stream. And a video, but yeah, also a live stream. Like, do the work in advance, and what that could do for you is help you focus the episode itself on a specific topic. Because if you're just kind of getting out of bed and like turning on the camera and starting to record, like, what's your show about? Like, why should people click on it? Like, that's all the strategy you should do beforehand, in my opinion. I'm not saying I know how you're producing the show. It just sounds to me like you're waiting for the show and then doing your strategy. It should be the opposite.
Of course, we say this through the experience of using the same 4 thumbnails every single week for our live streams. But oh well. All right, it's because our audience decides the discourse of a live stream. We don't know what it's going to be.
Those who can't teach.
Indeed. Right. We've got 40 more super chats. We're going to have like a super fast super chat round later on, Dan. But we'll get back to some channel auditing for the time being. And we're also going to do some quick fire round of channel auditing now. So let me just get the numbers. We're at 430. So a safe number, I reckon, is 450. And so we'll just pick out a couple of things from these channels as best we can in the time that we have. 262. Let me have a look here. Unless there's something really interesting that we want to talk about for a little while. Because we'll always stop for an interesting discussion. Okay, so Mike the Mechanic, you are 8 subscribers from 1,000 subscribers. How do we get you over the line? Your thumbnails are pretty good. You're trying to focus on like a certain element of a vehicle, and you're using text which is easily readable. I think that's all great. Brilliant. Yes. Titles look pretty good to me as well.
Look at the storytelling of these thumbnails. I don't have to read the title to know part of the story of Broken Again. Like, this is an old car that keeps breaking down. I want to click. I want to learn what they do to fix it. I want to know more. 4,000 horsepower. She finally works. Like, I love the way they're telling stories using only thumbnails.
So what do we need to do now? For me, your posting schedule is a little weird. Like, I'm not saying you post more content, but 1 month ago, 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and then nothing. Maybe you need to space out the content a little bit more, so it's once a week rather than 2 in a week and then nothing for 3 weeks. So batch scheduling might be one suggestion.
Yeah, if you can get some consistency and take the videos that are doing the best, like and double down on that style of content if possible. Like, when it comes to projects like this, like cars that like have this like history with you and stuff, you know, it seems like this one particular orange car like keeps coming up and it gets good views. You know, do you have other cars that kind of have a story behind them? Like, people will watch even if they're not car people, and that's what I want for you. You know,
you're right. It's the Fiesta Z-Tech is like the hero of your channel.
Yeah.
Embrace that as much as you can.
It doesn't have to be the same car every time. It's just the it's an old car and there's always something going on. It works, it doesn't work. You're fixing something. Like, that's interesting, you know? And it seems like there's like you in this car. It are like the stars of this channel.
Indeed. Right, it's gaming channel. Next, we're still in quickfire round if we can. Kammy Extra with the 50 subscribers. These thumbnails are really striking.
Yeah.
I've never seen thumbnails like this before, but they're so consistent and the use of color is really interesting. The red, I'm not sure if it works too well here. I see what you're trying to do when you use it with a gray background. City skylines, Dan.
Becoming small city. That's what it says. Expanding our city. Like, it's hard to read the red text, especially on the gray. Try to not use red text in your thumbnails. Any other color, yellow works really well, but like if you want that emphasis, but don't use red. Red is just a difficult color on thumbnails.
I think what we do love is like the grayed out thumbnail, and then you're guiding the viewer's eye to what you want to show them. Maybe you want to zoom in a little bit because at the moment you're just showing a blob of buildings. A bit more context would be nice. I'm not sure how you do that though.
Right. It looks like they ditched episode numbers in the last two thumbnails, but it also looks like maybe the series ended or changed. But the latest videos are performing better than the series that you were doing.
True.
And that's a very positive sign.
So, thinking about that red text in the thumbnails, you're playing a game which is, I think there's a new release coming out. So it's opportunities for updates, mods, all of that sort of stuff that's going around on that game. Focus on that as well. But encouraging stuff for a channel that's just started out on YouTube. Hundreds of views per video. Gaming channel with hundreds of views per video.
Yes. And look at the latest two videos, City Skylines, but every 5 minutes a disaster happens. Like, you're doing challenge videos.
Yeah.
I would challenge you to do that top-down style thumbnail again, because it was kind of hard to see the city on one road, for example, because you went straight on. Like, so just think about those little perspective things. But yeah, it's really, especially for City Skylines, which is a very competitive game, really cool stuff.
Okay, this is going to be really an interesting channel to look at, Dan, because they call themselves Totally Not Mr. Beast.
Okay.
And there are some really big, important YouTube updates around this thing coming out right now in terms of impersonation. So, question to all of you. Let's try and build up some engagement here. Get us up to these 1,000 concurrent viewers. Is this an impersonation channel? Would you be confused and think this is something from Mr. Beast? Because it's really important what the answer to that is. In the meantime, Dan, what is the channel about?
So, I don't know. Okay, hold on. So it looks like it's a channel about Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like I'm going to make videos like Mr. Beast does. And I'm not going to just, whatever. It looks like it's literally about things going on in the Mr. Beast cinematic universe.
Kind of cinematic universe. Maybe kind of taking clips and melding them together and doing something transformative, it looks like here. I'll just play one for a second. So this is just Mr. Beast footage. Now, I don't know if it's video courtesy of, right?
You know what this video is? I think they're re-uploading a video that was only meant for a certain group of
be careful of doing that.
It's called the secret video. Secret Mr. Beast video, only after purchasing something. Yeah. Don't do that.
Mr. Beast nursery rhymes. Again, I don't know if this is your content or it's being taken from elsewhere. It's a bit confusing.
Yeah. This is an interesting way to cover a creator. I'm just not sure, after seeing a little bit of the content, that they're kind of going down the right path. Like, you're kind of running up against potentially getting some copyright issues, especially re-uploading videos that you're not really supposed to re-upload. Like, so I would caution this creator. I think that you could be coming up against some issues. This channel could get taken down based on just some of the stuff we're seeing.
For example, the latest video, I don't think anybody from the Mr. Beast team wants to see that on YouTube. And so, quite rightly, they may ask to take that down as something. It's kind of like fan appreciation, but also creating controversy around it potentially.
if you're going to cover something like that, you got to bring your voice to it. Like if you're going to start a conversation, then you should be on the video having the conversation. Just re-uploading stuff is not really the way to go about, what you're doing.
Okay, let's move on to the next. I'm trying to work out. So that was a non-gaming channel, right? That is correct. So now we're going to do a gaming channel. And this is channel 231. I think we're not doing too bad with rapid fire here. And I cannot pronounce this channel, but what I can tell you, Dan, is that they are a Let's Play channel. Right, let me give this a shot. Chikironi.
That's what I was gonna say.
I think that was pretty accurate.
I like the branding of this channel. I like the banner. I like the little character. How I got banned on this SMP. Wow. Okay. Simple idea, simple title. Banned. Like got me to stop scrolling. How we saved a teammate on the protection SMP, a little more nuanced. I don't know what the protection SMP is. How we saved a teammate, like it's so red because of the nether. Like I don't know what's going on in there. So little things are keeping that video from getting some views. A teammate needs to look like they're in danger to communicate the message better. This is Thunder SMP. Applications now open. So advertising a server, that's okay. But you see what I mean? Like some videos more intriguing than others, just by my very quick look at the top videos there.
And in the top row of videos, it does look as if they are now starting to decide on a certain niche, which is kind of weird things going on in Minecraft. And I think, at least recently, that is their best performing video. I don't think anything. Oh no, there is one here that's got 240 views, but also on SMP as well. So Minecraft SMP is now their clear niche. I think after a quite a long time trying to determine what that is. Preference on thumbnails, Dan. Which would you say is the best one here?
I would say the latest one.
Okay.
Is because it communicates that message. In terms of design, I think it could be a little bit better. Like the character blends into the background and stuff. So there is that. But I don't think the character needs to be there. I think seeing the buttons is pretty stark. So little tweaks there. But I like it in terms of the message it communicates to the potential viewer.
And red text on thumbnail actually works.
Yes,
because it's a black or white background.
Yep.
Okay, let's do another one. We're going to do channel number 45 of non-gaming.
My cursor. What is this?
Dan's got problems. He's got a cursor attacking him. Okay, we're looking at Kayla Quilts with 1,870 subscribers. And I do not believe I have ever come across a quilting channel before in our live stream. So it's always awesome to encounter a brand new topic. And this channel follows a similar theme to crafting channels, which tend to have sometimes quite overpoweringly colorful thumbnails. And what I mean by that is that there isn't a dominant color. And so you tend to get many colors, which kind of muddies a thumbnail a little bit. That one's kind of a bit of an example. This one, another, where just the colors don't contrast quite well. And then there's a big difference in thumbnail design as well. Like you have two videos here, 9 and 7 days ago, with 16,000 views, which blows everything else recently out of the water. That should be the series that you focus on for the next 5 to 10 videos, in my personal opinion. Just going to check the engagement here. It's true engagement, nearly 1,000 likes, 150 comments.
Wow.
Like, this is your channel. I'm just going to say it right here.
And it's so simple. Like, I don't know anything about quilting, but I understand what those videos are about. Like, on the surface, so simple. And I think doing your tutorials is still important for search and just, the type of content you're making. But can you do more like this? Can you answer more questions like, can I use a sheet as a quilt backing, or Walmart fabric for quilters? Like, people quilting on a budget are going to watch that video, So what other places can you maybe think about, where else can you go to buy some fabric? Those videos make so much sense to me, and I don't know anything about the subject. Two
massive outliers. I know you may be saying to yourself, right now, Rob and Dan, I don't just want to be the Walmart quilt channel. We understand that. But it's better to have, for example, 2 million views and 20,000 subscribers on that topic, which then allows you to take that audience through other things that you're interested in, rather than seeing this opportunity and then not capitalizing on it. And that's just my personal YouTube journey experience talking there.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I would understand if that hesitation too. But it's just about creating something that like resonates with the most people possible, and that's what they have there. It's really, really good stuff.
And I'm sure there's tons of ideas you can come up with here in terms of comparing the fabric to other retailers. And you have this, can I use this sheet as a quilt backing? You could probably go into the comments and just take some of the questions and answer them as further future video ideas. And just keep this thumbnail design template. Big text, you with an expression on the right-hand side. Maybe needs a little bit of tweaking, but right now that's kind of like your brand identity, and embrace that rather than jumping to this one, which I know it looks similar, but just when somebody's glancing at a homepage, it looks different to this. And so they may not immediately realize that it is from this creator. But really exciting, promising stuff here. You have an opportunity. Let's capitalize on it. Right, I think I'm going to do another gaming channel, Dan, and then we'll get back to our super chats. So 378. We don't have a 378, so we'll do 363. And Stealthy Sprite is the channel we are looking at. And they have a Sprite bottle. Is there a channel avatar? Are they playing Pokemon, Cuphead, Zelda, or Sprite? I don't know.
I see some Pokemon.
So Pokemon.
I see some Cuphead. And that's it.
Yeah. 4
videos.
And posting consistency, again, I think for a gaming channel, let's see if we can aim for 1 video a week. If we can, I don't know, maybe coming towards the end of the summer holidays, and that's going to disrupt that. But posting consistency will be my first thing. And then, you know, a gaming channel here with 4 videos down, and one of them's got 380 views. That's like a big success for the channel. And it's about Pokemon. Although it's kind of a meme-y Pokemon thing, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. They could go down the meme route. I think they should pick their favorite out of the 3 games in the banner. Is it Pokemon, Cuphead, or Zelda? And I would focus, because to me, those are different audiences, all 3 of those. And I want to say Pokemon because you've done the most with it.
It's probably got the biggest audience as well, although also the most competitive audience genre on YouTube.
I would look for, on that second video, the current state of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I think the title's good. The thumbnail's really hard to like navigate with my eyes. It's difficult to see what's going on. I would be looking to see other Pokemon Scarlet and Violet opinion videos and getting inspiration from their thumbnails, things like that. And also, like, you know, 28 seconds, that might be another meme. That might be why they didn't really bother, because it's just obviously something broken. But, you know, it's you could do Pokemon style content that's more serious. You could do meme style content. All of it should be around the same kind of topic, though. So if you're going to do memes, Pokemon, maybe some Zelda in there because it's Nintendo. But if you're going to talk about a game extensively and really like, because you had a 10-minute video as your first video, and talk about how it's the best game. If you want to do more of that stuff, I would focus. I would focus on Pokemon and being like the person who becomes the authority on that subject. But this is 4 videos. It's difficult to say what they should do out of the gate. I think maybe this is the right path. Just keep experimenting with stuff too. Find out what you like to do on YouTube. That's always a good strategy.
All right. So just remember, there are approximately 2,500 of you who would like a one-on-one YouTube coach. So imagine if you were going to super chat a YouTube coach, but instead of typing out the question, you can record that question as a video and send it to that coach. And they would reply with a video message, much like we're like doing video message replies to your super chats. That is the premise of one-to-one coaching. Video messaging, whenever is convenient for you, and they'll talk about everything that's to do with your channel. Not just one super chat amongst many. It is all focused on you. So this is a last opportunity for you to click the link in the description and sign yourself up for one-to-one coaching. Very limited spots. It's soon going to go back to a waiting list, and the price is inevitably going to go up very, very soon. But with that, yes, Dan?
I have some intel.
Yes. What's the intel to tell?
I can't tell you here, but what I can say is we want to rapid fire some super chats because storms are coming.
All right, then. Okay. That's quite terrifying. Let's do some super chats then. We have a lot of super chats. Don't send us any more super chats. We haven't got time to reply to them. We are refusing your money from this point on for super chats. All right, let's get through this, starting with the super sticker from Ultimate Travel Guide. That's easy to sort out. Thank you very much. Melted Cinema. $10 of something. That was awesome. Thank you very much. We got a question here from Philo Rogue, and their question is, I haven't been here since I was at 30-ish. I hit 115. Thank you, guys. I'm assuming you're talking about subscriber count. More than welcome, sir. We've got a new member, Loaf. I don't know if I've already used that sound effect. We've got a new member, Financial Failure. We gave him a channel audit before. Here's your super chat noise.
Oh, no.
I don't know why I picked that one. It's just the sound effects I have in front of me. The next one is Boxing Paradise with the 79 pence super chat. I didn't realize you could go that low, but we appreciate it regardless. We've got another super chat here from Danjko.
Oh, sorry.
And it reads like this. Recommendation on how to get sponsors or review items. Media kits to companies interested in
sponsorships or review items. I would say that you want to first research companies that you would like to work with and that makes sense for your audience, and do some research on pitching companies properly. Media kits are a good idea, but focus more on the value that you can bring to that company, rather than focusing on so much you and your channel. I have this many subscribers, this type of person watches. Like, what is the value when compared to like their product in your audience?
We made a really good video about this, of the experience of low subscriber, small subscriber channels getting sponsorships. But of course, because I never title anything with keywords in, it's impossible to find. So one of the problems of how we title stuff, but we do get more views because of it. Next question. I do gaming live streams. This is from George G. But I have a kind of boring monotone voice. I can't help it. That's just my voice. How do I jazz up the experience? Well, you could get a Rodecaster Pro 2
and sound like this.
Or sound like this.
Or sound like this. It's up to you.
Yes.
Any other advice? So yeah, invest a lot of money in a voice box. Now, what's a good idea here, Dan? It's like practice makes perfect.
Practicing, yeah, and just don't think about that so much. Like I think my voice is kind of low and monotone, but it's just you lean into it. You kind of when people tell you to find your voice, it means like just being comfortable in your own skin and like figuring out how you can be the best presenter version of yourself. So, what is your version of being excitable on camera? Like, it's okay if you have a monotone voice. Like, just try to like practice a little bit. I don't know what else to say.
We roasted my first video on vidIQ, and I continuously said how wooden and stale I thought I was at the time. Dan agrees 100%. So that just represents how you can get better over time. I'm sorry, there's someone in the green room. We haven't got time for them just yet. We need to do all of these super chats. So he's going to have to sit there and wait, I'm afraid. You know what I'm talking about. Right, what's next? Noted. Do ghost subs, are they harmful for the channel? My answer to that is no. I don't know what you mean by ghost subs, but just because somebody's subscribed and they're not watching your content doesn't impact the performance of your channel right now. It's all about your active viewers, return viewers, that type of thing. So don't worry about that. Next super chat, Melted Cinema, now with a actual question. I started with shorts and gained over 9,000 subs making psychedelic videos, but now having a hard time converting them to my long form. How can I do this? What I will say is that YouTube are releasing tools, fingers crossed, are going to help you do that coming late September. We'll give you more information when we have it. Watch the video from last week about how external links are being removed from YouTube Shorts, but they're adding this. theme in. That may help you. Let's adventure with Lucia and Glyn with the $1 super chat. Thank you. Mocha with the $1.99 super chat. We're getting through them, Dan. We're getting through them. Progress is being made. Manhua Infinite. Pro tip. Have a secret keyword at the end. At the end of what?
I think they mean the live stream.
Okay.
No.
It just can't happen because of reasons. Eruditio Productions. Thing I learn is... Oh, the thing they learned was probably my science channel might never be reviewed. Unsure if it's poor luck or your focus or only on certain typeset. As you can see, we've been randomly selecting channels and we came across a quilting channel for the first time ever. The simple answer is we're oversubscribed. And that's why we have a one-to-one coaching to help people who can afford to do it, to have the attention that they would need to grow their channel. Merry Looks with Kareen. I've never seen that currency before, but thank you. Luxury Handbags channel, 400 subs, 2,500 watch hours. The hours are starting to drop after 1 year and get anxious seeing the numbers going down. Anyone else? So you've had success in the past, but you've been unable to sustain it with your current content. And yeah, I guess that is why YouTube have those requirements in to, I guess, ensure that the channel has sustainability. Now, maybe what you need to do is think about how you can maybe change up the content. Maybe what you're trying that was working this time last year isn't working now, and you've grown stale and your audience has moved on. But again, without auditing the channel, it's difficult to say. Dan, have you got any single piece of advice for the channel beyond what I've just said?
Focus on the new stuff. Don't focus on the past. It's time to make some new stuff.
Indeed. Karate Family. I did press that by accident. With the super sticky there. Thank you. Xfinity. How can I get motivation to record and edit? Xfinity. You've got an audience out there that you want to motivate, inspire, and turn their lives around with the content that is going to make them feel energized and motivated, just like we do with the live streams. You got to find that fire within.
Yep.
It's a part of being a YouTuber. If you're not passionate about your content and you're not passionate about creating, then maybe YouTube isn't the place for you. But we hope that you still have that fire and you're ready to burn with content. Borat. Oh, it's Borat. Hey, it's Borat. How do I get... so here we are, our weekly super chat to find out how their channel gets reviewed. You fill out the form and you may be randomly selected.
Form is down below.
We explain how this works every single week. But somebody always sends us a super chat on how it works. Invoked by Red. Any tips on growing your audience and reaching more? It's kind of a broad question. Our suggestion here would be to find the ideal viewer for your videos. You're speaking to one viewer every single time, and what video do you want to make for them? Dan made an excellent video about this. I think it's titled How to Get a New Subscriber Every Single Day.
Yep.
Search for that and watch how Dan created you created like a fake Pokemon channel, but then you created the entire ideal viewer behind that. GTA Motion with the $1 super chats. And we've also got a super chat from the Ultimate Travel Guide. And we've also got a super chat from Steam Gauge 101. Should I change my channel name? We're not fans of numbers in channel names. What do you reckon, Dan? Is Steam Gauge 101 fine?
I mean, it doesn't hurt. The name is fine, but if you have a better name in mind, now's the time to do it. Like, the longer you wait, the more people know you by Steam Gauge 101. So, just something to think about.
100% Zelda, making the super chat section longer. Curse you. Zelda. How's Breath of the Wild?
Tears of the Kingdom.
What's Tears of the Kingdom doing for you? Are you making your Wikipedia I cover everything videos, and are they doing well? I hope so. Right. Last but not least, financial failure. We audited your channel, you've become a member, and you've sent us a super chat. Oh my lord, thank you very much. You're all awesome. Oh dear, what's this? We have an interruption.
All
right, let's see what we got here going on. It's terrible. What a waste of technology. I don't know why people do this to themselves. Absolutely trash. I'm back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Savage Show. We're only here for about 2.5 minutes, but that's okay because it's the most electrifying 2.5 minutes you'll ever have in your entire life. You just spent 2 hours learning about YouTube, and none of you are ever going to do any of the things they told you to do, which means you're going to be back here next week watching the same live stream you watched this week. I'm telling you, some of y'all need to get on the Savage Academy. All right. Welcome back, everybody. And Rob, good to see you again. Dan, welcome to see you again. Always happy to be here. I got something to promote. What in the 6 sides of Satan is going on right now? What is that?
What?
Why is that? What is this thing?
What do you mean?
Who are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Why is there a Minecraft on here? Why?
We were trying to make the stream more immersive.
All right. Well, anywho, I'm here actually to promote my latest and greatest. Now, as you know,
Lovely.
I took my Savage Academy all the way up to one of the most premier training academies in the history of YouTube. Then I went just recently and did my Catfish Academy that's been doing absolutely fantastic. I have some very happy customers here. Rob Wilson, for one, as you saw live on the show, we really loved his catfishing. And now, you know what? I wanted to give people an actual product. You know, it's the one thing I've never done. The Savage Academy is something that you learn, and the catfishing is something you experience, but I want something you can actually have. Rob Wilson, you ready for this?
Oh, bring it on.
All right. I've worked with some companies, and I've come up, because everyone is doing this, with my own energy drink. It's great.
All right, okay.
Rhyme. And you know what? It's great. I've spent a good $200 to $300 in research on this, and I got to tell you something about it. It is made from only the best crushed pine cones and some of the most organic pencil shavings I've ever come across. It is absolutely delicious. I'm going to try some here on the stream so y'all can see. I actually haven't tasted it yet. So I want everyone to go buy this. It's going to be at your local street corner real soon. Now listen. What a smooth aftertaste that is, like some burnt tire. I want you to go get it at your local 7-Eleven real soon. Hopefully I can get it over there real soon. Anyway, thank y'all for joining us. I really hope that oh my God,